Who wants more of that? Hell yeah. That word, that energy, that experience, we call that transcendent. It's kind of like there's the physical moment, but then there's something more you feel. I'm not saying it exists, but you feel it. You feel like, okay, there's what happened, but something more happened. I don't know, every year I have this pilgrimage, not every year, every second year. I have a pilgrimage to a place called Moab, Utah. If you don't know it, it's where transcendence lives. I go there to dirt bike, and actually I brought a video for you. This is like watching your home video. So pardon the guy had a camera on his helmet, and it's really rough, but I want you to look at the terrain around it. Hit it when you have a second, Fran. This is Moab. That's a 300-foot cliff right beside us. You can't see it here, but the rock is red, this like crazy red color. And it's so big. These cliffs right here, you sit under them and you can't help but feel small. Like, look at this terrain. How does one even make that? And there's something about being there, riding my bike. The guys who were there at the beginning, they're still trying to drive down the road. I'm not even paying attention. If I drive off the cliff, I don't care. I'm just like this, like rubbernecking. And then I have these moments where I just feel so small. And the world feels so big. And I have a glimpse. Something more. I call that transcendence. And I don't know about you, but in summer, when I can get out, when I can go to the mountains, when I can be in all these places, it's like I have more of those moments. You see a tree. We were out in Seattle the other day, and they have this thing called a dogwood tree. It's kind of like not a evergreen. It's like but it's covered in white little flowers. I have never seen a dogwood tree before. Blows my mind how beautiful that is. And I have a glimpse. I don't know about you, but I want more of that, not less of that in my life. I want more moments that feel like something big has just gone on here and I just felt it. I want more transcendence. And as I looked at this message, I was like, what is there that I can learn? What is there that I can teach? What is there that we can explore together that brings more of those moments? Now, yours might not be dirt bike moments. That's a travesty, is it? But chances are you have them. Or if you don't have them, you look at someone else and go, I want that. I want something more. Now, we've been using this series to explore different teachings as ways to help us in our spiritual journey. Again, we have a value. We believe everyone's on a unique spiritual journey. Your journey looks different than mine. That's why I can go dirt biking and it's spiritual. You maybe can't. And each one of us has to figure out, what is it, the things that I need to put into my spiritual journey that work for me? Now, oftentimes, we're kind of almost stuck in a rut. And we're part of a tradition. We're part of a thing we do. And it's kind of like, oh, yeah, I'm in that. I do that. Yeah. But it's hard to see something else. There's actually a bird that lives on the top of the building right there. Yay, summer. That one's not transcendent. It drives me nuts, but whatever. It's a beautiful sound, isn't it? He's currently eating his way through the door or the wall. There's something about looking at other traditions that can help us. Now, I'm not saying you need to take on another tradition. But it's like anything. Maybe there's something to be learned from doing it a little bit differently. And today the tradition I want to look at is yoga. Now, yoga is a very, very broad term. I could have spent 3 hours just telling you the history of how that term got to here. But in about the 70s, things kind of started to coalesce here in the West. We're going to call it Western yoga. And a singular prophet came to be in the yoga tradition. Her name's Yoga with Adrienne and her dog Benji, Who knows yoga with Adrian? Oh, yeah. Doesn't it feel like you could go into the airport and be like, is there a friend of Adrian here? And people would like walk up and be like, hey, how's it going? Let's do yoga. She's incredible. And Benji, like, is the dog trained or does he just know exactly what to do every time? Like, he's so freaking cute. Now, Adrian has been insanely good at inviting us in. I don't know about you, when I go there, I don't get this kind of like, come on, like David Goggins, like, we are going to yoga the crap out of this. It's not that. She's inviting you in fully. She never wants you to push your body. She never says, okay, does it hurt? Okay, good. Now we're getting someplace. Let's go another 10%. Let's crank it up. No, she's like, listen to your body. Scan through. See where you feel tight. See where you're moving well. Notice over time how your body's changing. And talk about being invited into the moment. She has this just beautiful way of like, breathe into this part of your body. And you just feel so embodied. When I'm doing yoga with Adrian, my brain's not someplace else. It's there. In that moment. With my body. That's an incredible feeling. In fact, she's so good, my doctor recently prescribed more yoga with Adrian. She's like, you got too much stress in your life, buddy. You need to calm it down. You need to be embodied. And that's the part of this that I think is worth paying attention to in our journeys. I started this morning through the music saying, okay, wait, are you here? You know, we got to drive and park and get inside and coffee, and it might be new, and you're like, these people are weird, and I don't know what to do, and, you know, I got this thing going on, and after work, I got this, and our bodies are here. Where are our minds? The first part of embodiment is this. This is my translation of the yoga with Adrian. We can talk after. But it's having your brain and your body in the same location. It's so simple, isn't it? And yet, so hard. I've been thinking a lot about where our bodies are as it relates to these transcendent moments. I drive 21 hours through the night, all the way to Moab, to put my body by those cliffs. It's worth it to me to drive that far to get my body where it needs to be. It's almost like transcendence. Yes, it's everywhere, but sometimes I need my body to be where the moment is. Anyone resonate with that feeling? Our tradition used to have this process. People would be walking through the world, and there would be a moment. They're like, I have a glimpse of something more. And they'd be like, quick, quick. And they'd pile up stones and make a shrine or an altar. This is a divine place. Remember it. And every time they'd walk by, be like, yes. There's a reason that reading about the eclipse is different than driving to the place where the eclipse happens and experiencing the eclipse in our bodies. There's a reason why Zoom conversations with our loved ones is different than being with our loved ones. There's something about our bodies being in certain places that seems to spark it. There's something about where our bodies are. Now, our minds have to be there too. Right? I was at Costco. There we go. Alessandra seems to have, you should build an altar at Costco of like, this is the place where divine things happen. So I was at Costco not in the right frame of mind. I was like, freaking Costco and these freaking people. So I stick in a pair of in-ear monitors that are like insanely good sounding. And I have this amplifier that I can carry in my pocket. I turn it on. And I'm having the most blissful moment of like music. And it's like no one's even there. I got the place to myself in my mind. And I go to the part of the section where they have farmer sausage. Does anyone know what Mennonite sausage is or farmer sausage? Yeah, there we go. I go to the section, they have Mennonite sausage. And I am just like 1, 2, 3, and like dance party in my head, right? And it's just this beautiful moment. And I'm thinking the last time I was in Steinbach, which is where my family's from, which is like Mennonite Central, I had this whole conversation with my stepsister about the best farmer sausage. We spent half an hour discussing the finer points of farmer sausage. Just as like wine people, right? You guys can discuss wine. We discuss farmer sausage. Is the crumb right? Oh, that one's too dry. Oh, that one's too moist. I don't like the casing. And so here I am loading farmer sausage into my thing. My body is in the place where divine things happen. My brain is in Steinbach. And as I'm about to pull away, I notice there's a lady trying to catch my eye. And I'm kind of like, whoa, there's people here. Holy crap, what? And she kind of signals to me, so I pull, I have this thing stuck right in my ear. I'm like, ugh. And she's like, with this really thick accent, is this good sausage? I'm still like reeling from this moment of like, there's another human being here. And I'm like, I can see the door, I haven't even paid attention to her. The door's almost slamming on her arm as she's trying to put her farmer sausage back into the thing. Last second I catch it, I'm like, oh, is this good farmer sausage? And I point to my cart and I'm like, I'm Mennonite. And I point to the 4 packs of sausage I have, like half my cart's farmer sausage. And she smiles, and instead of putting it away, she takes it back and she puts it into her cart. A few minutes later, her daughter, probably 30, we're in line again. She's doing one of these like, and I'm thinking, who the hell is this person? And everyone's, oh, it's with the mom. And she goes, such a small little moment. We call these taking water moments. Such a small moment. I'm in a new country. I maybe don't know everything. I don't know good farmer sausage. Is this good farmer sausage? It is. A moment where I can do something positive for her. I can take water. And I almost miss it. Because my brain is in Steinbach. How many moments do you have where your body's in the right place and your mind's not there? So that's the thing about embodiment. It doesn't work when our minds and our bodies aren't in the same place. Today, I started by getting you breathing, right? Do you notice how quickly it just like, tunk, snaps your brain to your body? In Yoga with Adrian, every time it's, okay, breathe, okay, breathe, okay, breathe, right? She's got all these different poses, and it's all breathing, bringing you back into your body. Now, the other thing about being there is, first I need my body the right place. Then I need my brain in my body. So I'm just going to ask you to be really honest with me for a second. I just showed you the transcendent moment of biking in Moab. Did anyone have a glimpse of something more from that? Oh. Do you notice, though, it's different to experience something else? If your brain goes someplace and your body stays here, do you notice that it's not quite as powerful as if you're there? See, the thing with Yoga with Adrian, she doesn't call you to do yoga in your mind. She calls you to do yoga in your body. Come, experience this. So as we look at our unique spiritual journeys and as we use the model of yoga to look at ways we can do it, how many of us are taking pilgrimages, are going places that are spiritual? There's a section of an area where I was riding yesterday that there's scarves, pieces of fabric tied around trees. I only know kind of third or fourth hand, but it's an indigenous group who comes there because it's something that matters there. They move their bodies there to wrap the fabric around. How many of us have places we need to go? that feel like something more. For some of you, it's coming here. Look at this building. It's gorgeous. Could it be that this year, this summer, we need to take our bodies to places that feel spiritual, even Costco, and then let our minds be there too. And notice the moments where it's like, oh, I feel goosebumps. I feel my hair standing up in the back of my neck. Oh, something happened. Or for me, more often than not, it's seeing another human being and going, wait, I can do something to help you. I can take water. I can't do it when my brain's not with my body, and I can't do it when my body's not there. Something about COVID had us spending more time at home than ever before. And I wonder if that's hurting our connection to something more. Maybe we need to go out and be in the world. Let's just take a breath for a second. Let our brains come back here. The second part of Yoga with Adrian is that this is how I'm going to call it, the Goldilocks relationship between our minds and our bodies. You know a Goldilocks story? She goes and I think she goes to steal porridge. Anyone, she steals porridge? I just remember one of them's too cold, one of them's too hot, and the middle one's just right. And so she steals the just right one. I'm not sure how that works morally, but whatever. The part of the story I want to focus on is just right. You see, that was what I showed you was day 2 of riding. We're there for 8 days. By day 3, my hands are so blistered, they're almost bleeding. I can hardly close my hands. And so day 3, we went to my favorite area called Pritchard Canyon. Gorgeous canyon. It's just like walls straight up. Sometimes it's maybe 20 feet across, and you're riding up this canyon. Gorgeous, beautiful terrain. I'm only telling you that because I remember it from 3 years ago when I was there. This year, my hands hurt so bad. I was in so much agony. Every bump, every rock was like, oh. I don't remember a thing. You see, sometimes when our brains come to our bodies are so loud. You know what I mean by loud? Some of us, I think it's genetic. I actually don't even know why. But sometimes our bodies are so loud. For me, it was, I just had so much pain. But sometimes, the moment where you do something new and you feel the butterflies in your stomach, for some of us, that feels like something's about to tear its way out of our bodies. And instead of having this moment of like, ooh, this is going to be exciting, I can't wait, it's just like, I can't take this pain. I can't take this feeling. I have to go home. I have to be away. That's not Goldilocks. That's your body is too loud. You feel it too much. You can't be present because all you feel is the body, is your pain, is your discomfort. If that's part of your journey, even for a time, especially through our last series, when we talked about attachment, when you hit the attachment wound, you'll feel that one. It's going to feel like flipping your lid. You know flipping your lid? Remember I talked about that? It's like where your brain just leaves the building. That's the one we argued about of whether we should be really nice to someone and apologize for something we maybe didn't do. Once our brain's flipped, it's like our brain and our body are no longer in the same place. That's what's happened. Your brain is living in some past trauma, some wound, something. You're not actually here. It's there. So as you bring them back together, you start to get this sense of, oh, what's going on? Once that happens, chances are you'll feel your body a lot, or you'll feel it none. You'll go completely numb. There's a reason I did a body scan at the beginning today. How much can you feel your body? Is your brain and your body together, but your body is so quiet, it's like, yeah, it just walks my brain around. That's its job, right? Meanwhile, your brain is having these beautiful moments. You're having these like tingling moments, and you just can't even feel them because there's no connection. So it's almost like there's transcendence. There's a transcendent awareness device right here. And if we can't hear it properly, we either miss it altogether, or it's so loud it becomes painful and we can't experience it. Yoga is this beautiful way of trying to fight the numbness. Adrian, she does this whole yoga for kids thing. She has them do a move. Okay, so how does your body feel? If it feels too much, be aware of that. Okay, we're going to move this way. What do you feel in your shoulders? Oh, okay, yeah, that feels good. What she's doing is she's doing nonstop body scans. So if you're a person who's numb, chances are yoga, a tradition that, I was going to say forces, but Adrian would not force, encourages awareness of your body. Maybe that's the very thing you need. Jesus has this great line. Can you throw it up for me? I can't remember off the top of my head. Come to me, all of you who are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. He says, let me teach you, and you will find rest for your souls. Do you notice how he's almost juxtaposing body with soul? It's like he's talking about the right relationship between body and soul, and you will find rest when you find that. When I read it through this lens, through yoga, I was like, oh, it's the Goldilocks moment. I'm not numb to my body. I can feel it. But I'm not in so much pain that I'm distracted. If you're in this place where you're trying to find the Goldilocks moments, you have moments where you can get your mind to your body, but now it's like, my body's freaking out, right? We live in a world that's a lot of stress, a lot of stuff going on. One of the ways you can turn down the volume of your body is with yoga. Moving your body through a set motion. Breathing with intentionality. It's the awareness. It's almost like you're saying your body's freaking out, and Adrian's going like, hey, look over here. You're like, oh yeah, that does feel kind of nice. She distracts you. I have this thing called tinnitus. Any other tinnitus people in here? Love tinnitus. Tinnitus is this weird thing where you hear a ringing sound in your ears. The more you pay attention to it, the louder it gets. It's kind of like your body. The more you have pain, the more I think about how much pain I have in my hands, the more painful my hands become, to the point where I'm like, I can't even do this anymore. Meanwhile, I get to this wicked section, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm riding great right now. Oh, wait, my hands hurt. You can distract yourself. There's another way you can do it. The psychologist will take you to, they'll say, create a calm place in your mind. Picture a tree next to a brook. It's peaceful, calm, sitting there. And suddenly you're not feeling your body as much. You've tuned it down to a Goldilocks moment. I have a friend who does art. She's like, when I'm drawing or when I'm focused there, it's like the pain I feel goes away. How is your Goldilocks moment with your body? Are you on the loud side? A lot of anxiety. Feelings feel really big. Are you on the numb side? I'm a number. Sorry, what's my body feeling? I remember my counselor saying, what do you feel right now? I'm like, I don't know, let me think about that. I'm like, what? Like, just listen to what you just said, buddy. I'm like, oh, crap. What do we feel in our bodies? Remember, sometimes our bodies are the thing that says, hey, hey, hey. Transcendence is here. It's right here. This is the moment. If you're numb to it, you miss it. Yoga, again, teaches us intentionally go back to your body. Intentionally. Almost every morning I wake up and I just do a breathing routine. I did some training around breath. By about 3 breaths in, I can feel, oh wow, I'm still pretty stressed. Or oh, I'm relaxed. I have a body. It's tense. And suddenly I go back to the yoke that Jesus talks about. Brain, body, connected. I don't know where you are. I freaking love transcendent moments. That glimpse song, like hell yeah. Bring more of that on. And what I find is I get stuck in ruts. And I bet you there's moments all around me that I'm missing. My brain's working on a message for you all. Isn't that ironic? The very thing that I do to try and inspire you all to your spirituality is the thing that keeps me out of my moments. It's like, Vince, come on, buddy. Be here. Maybe that sense of embodiment is you've been stuck at home too long. You need to get your body someplace incredible. I challenge you to go to Lake Louise and sit underneath, like over that lake with those mountains and not have something happen. If that happens, I'll buy you a beer, I swear. There's something about that space that is just so mind-blowingly beautiful. It's hard not to experience something. Maybe today you need to go for a drive, go for a walk, get out of your house, get out of your regular routine, see something new. Go check out the dogwood trees. I'm telling you, folks, those things will blow your mind. Or maybe you're getting the right place, but your relationship between your body and your mind, it's not Goldilocks. You feel that anxiety, right? Everything feels like too much. That pain, And it's so focused inside, you can't even experience the world around you. You're just locked in this. Maybe for you, it's the yoga to go, I'm going to let that go and focus somewhere else. Maybe you have a mantra that says, this too shall pass. I won't wait for everything to feel good before I live my life. Or maybe you're on the other side. Your body is the thing that walks your brain around. Maybe it's time to do some yoga. Be intentional. Find your way back. We have this whole body. It knows things. I swear it does. Could it be that that's what we need? Today, as we close, I think Adrienne with yoga, she's a prophet. She has things to teach each and every one of us. If you're going, hey, I'm not into yoga, fine. Breath, embodiment, being in the right place. I don't care what you take from this. Try something. And then be aware. Oh, that worked. I had a glimpse. That worked. I'm doing more of that. I'm going to go through Costco. I'm not going to go through Costco without headphones. That is just wrong. I cannot do that. But I'm going to keep my eyes open next time. Watch. Oh, wait, someone needs a little help. Oh, wait, I can do something for someone over here. Oh, hey, someone needs a review on the farmer sausage. I'm uniquely suited for that. May we find our bodies in transcendent places. And may our minds be there to experience it. Amen? I ended a bit early because I want you guys just to hang out. This place is incredible. I baked you some cookies, actually, because I'm Mennonite and everything happens with food, and that's just how it works. So all these you're on a diet, I give you a pastor's note to not be on your diet for today. Grab a cookie, walk around, chat with someone, I don't know, sit, enjoy. Listen to the music. Be present. Take a couple deep breaths. Let yourself feel connected. And may we spend this summer in the presence of something more. Have a great week, everybody.